In our current series, Stories to Live By, we've been exploring some of the parables or stories Jesus tells us in the Bible. Parables are meant to convey a deeper meaning or lesson through a simple illustration, and often with a twist at the end that people didn't see coming. The parable that Pastor Robbie walked us through this past weekend did just that. It caught people off guard when he used a simple, everyday task as a metaphor for the kingdom of God. What comes to your mind when you hear the word kingdom? Do you see images of knights in shining armor with swords at the ready on a high field? Or perhaps a large castle with kings and queens sitting atop a throne in flowing robes? Or for you, is it your freshly cut backyard with kids swinging on a playset and burgers on the grill? Is it always a place that we envision when the word kingdom is said? Well, the Bible offers a more thought-provoking glimpse to what a kingdom really is. Pastor Robbie references the parable found in Luke's biography of Jesus' life in the Bible. It says, Jesus also asked, "What else is the kingdom of God like? It is like the yeast a woman used in making bread. Even though she put only a little yeast in 3 measures of flour, it permeated every part of the dough." Like making bread, not high castles and epic conquests. In this verse, Jesus informs us that the kingdom of God is not a specific physical location, but rather how we are called to act as Christ followers. Jesus used the analogy of baking bread to illustrate how God's kingdom would rise and expand. Just like the yeast in Jesus' story permeated every part of the dough, God is supposed to permeate every part of our lives. Working with this analogy, Pastor Robbie walked us through some steps. And first up was the need to gather ingredients, taking an inventory of our life. Today, I want to encourage you to start looking at your life to examine where you could allow God in more, because even the simplest of tasks can be infused with God if we're open to it. Be on the lookout for ways that God might want to use your hobbies, your career, your relationships to expand His kingdom here on earth. Because if He is not the key ingredient, the recipe is just not going to turn out right.